Mia! You pick up your PS5 controller, boot up Resident Evil Village, and within 30 seconds you're running from werewolves, blasting heads, and realizing this is basically a horror roller coaster with way too much style and zero mercy. Hey everyone, I'm Stefan, let's jump in. Okay, so quick setup. You play as Ethan Winters again, this guy from Resident Evil 7. That game basically stranded him in a cursed Louisiana farmhouse with a family that didn't exactly play nice. So, yeah, guy's already been through hell. Now, in Village, he's trying to live a normal life with his wife and daughter, and of course, the universe is like, nah, let's bless you with more horrors. So one night, some weird masked people show up, chaos everywhere, and the next thing you know, you wake up in this creepy ass European style village surrounded by monsters, witches, and vampires. Classic Resident Evil Tuesday. So, what's cool is that the story feels like a sequel, but it's also kind of a standalone horror roller coaster experience. You don't need to replay Resident Evil 7 to get it, but if you have, everything hits a bit harder. Still, even if this is your first Resident Evil, the game throws you right into the intensity and trusts you to catch up. You're basically exploring this village hub, then diving into big zones, castle, frozen villages, factory, and more, each with its own villain and vibe. It's like a horror tour through a messed up theme park, and the quieter moments between chapters make the scary parts feel even scarier. So, story wise, it's pretty simple. Survive, figure out what happened to your family, and try not to get eaten by a werewolf or stabbed by a vampire countess. Got it? Cool. Let's talk about how it actually feels to play. On PS5 Village feels like two games in one. First, you've got the slow burn, tension heavy horror, door cracking, corner picking, ammo counting, don't you dare run mode on. Second, you've got this weird, almost arcadey run and gun combat where you blast werewolves in the face and feel like an absolute badass. You're in first person the whole time, which makes every jump scare feel personal. The camera shakes, the light flicker, the controller buzzes, and suddenly something's sprinting at you in the dark. It sounds simple, yeah, but on PS5 that stuff just hits harder. Combat is pretty smooth. You get a shotgun, a pistol, some grenades, a combat knife, and over time you unlock more weapons and upgrades. The pacing is nice, they don't dump everything at you at once, so the first few hours you really feel that survivor horror vibe, slowly earning your power. And then, remember Lady Dimitrescu and her three daughters? Yeah, those fights are ridiculous. Huge, loud, over the top, and actually kind of fun. You're dodging, running, reloading, blasting, all while this giant vampire lady crashes through this environment like it's nothing. It's the kind of moment where you pause the game just to laugh and say, what am I even doing here? So exploration is also a big part of the fun. The village hub is small but lives between chapters. You come back to talk to the merchant, duke, upgrade your weapons, buy new stuff, maybe grab a secret or two. It's comfy, feels like your little safe corner in this nightmare. And speaking of secrets, there are tons of little hidden papers, collectibles, and weird lore bits scattered around. Some of it's funny, some of it's creepy, most of it makes you think, man, I'm not finishing this 100% on my first playthrough. But that's fine. This game is built to be played, experimented with, upgraded. There is also a few puzzle-style rooms and environmental moments that break the boss-shoot-boss loop. You'll solve some locks, find keys, pull levers, mess with machinery, and once in a while you actually feel clever. Other times you just stumble into something by accident and be like, oh, that worked, cool. And honestly, that's one of the best parts of Village. It's constantly shifting between horror, action, puzzle thinking, and pure spectacle. It never feels like it's stuck in one mode for too long. And yeah, some critics say it's a little too short-sighted, but when every chapter is this intense, it doesn't feel like padding either. Okay, so here's the big question. Should you play Resident Evil Village on PS5 or just shove it in your backlog and forget about it? My answer is it depends on what you're looking for. If you like horror even a little, this is one of the most polished, cinematic, accessible horror games out there. It's scary, but it's also flashy and fun. It's not just about hiding in a corner, it's about running, shooting, and surviving in style. If you've played Resident Evil 7 and liked it, this is basically more of that, but bigger, weirder, and on PS5, the visuals, the scream inducing moments, and overall presentation are just next level compared to the PS4 version or even PC in some cases. Is it perfect? No. It's not the longest game, some of the weaker enemies get a bit repetitive, and the story can feel a little light if you're the kind of player who digs deep into lore. But for what it is, a scary, stylish, action-packed horror game, it hits way more than it misses. For me, Resident Evil Village is very much a play now, backlog later kind of game. If you're into horror or even just curious about the series, this is a great entry point. If you're the kind of person who can't handle jump scares or gore, maybe check out a playthrough first or keep it in the back burner. Also, if you're on PS5 Pro, the visual upgrades, ray tracing, smoother frame rates, deeper shadows, makes it feel like a whole new level of next-gen horror. So, if you have a PS5 and you're thinking about getting into this, the timing is pretty good. Alright, so if you made it this far, big thanks for watching. I hope this helped you decide whether Resident Evil Village on PS5 is something you want to jump into or just pick up when it's on sale. If you enjoyed this kind of style, kind of casual, a bit chatty, not too serious, hit that like button, drop a comment, and let me know what you think of Village, or what other games you want me to cover next. Serious horror, funny horror, RPGs, shooters, send me ideas. So again, thanks for sticking around. Play smart, stay spooky, and you'll see you in the next one.